Number 25, accepted help. The only thing I hated more than getting paid was accepting help. I would power through anything just to show that I wasn't weak. I would always help others and would never have thought them weak when they needed help, but I held myself to a very different set of rules. Now, somehow, this is only a certain kind of help. I'm quite helpless when something falls on the floor and I don't want to pick it up, or if I don't feel like going and getting something. There's something else that gets triggered when I need help in other ways. Like if I feel it is going to put someone out, that's a definite no. I've got it. If I feel it's something that I should carry because I've made a certain decision, hell no, I've got it. If it's something that makes me feel weak or incapable, absolutely not. I've got this, no problem. This one time I said yes and had to feel my feelings around that. I had to accept that I couldn't do it all on my own, and that was so very hard. I know how good helping others makes me feel, and I have kept my friends from getting to experience that with me because I told them no every time they offered. I hate when people tell me that I can't help them. I remembered that and sat in the feelings of inadequacy so that they could feel good, and I got a little of my load taken off my shoulders. I said yes and thank you and didn't explain how I could have done it on my own. And I didn't diminish their contribution to my life. I just said yes. It gets easier every time, and if I have to tell myself that I'm doing it for them until I forget the icky feelings it brings up, then that's okay. Whatever works in order to get through this very uncomfortable part of my growth. I'm stronger when I'm vulnerable is a mantra I need repeated all day long. Sometimes bravery is admitting you can't do it all. Episodes of Broken to Brave are released every Tuesday and Thursday. Thank you so much for listening and for joining me on this journey of healing and growth. If you want to go deeper into this story and hear it from a spouse's perspective, my husband and I have a Patreon-only show where we have an extended, behind-the-scenes discussion of every episode, which also posts twice a week. Here's a sample of our latest Patreon-only companion podcast. You know,
I understand.
But I did really well with that
great.
One. But I'm learning. I'm learning.
You are.
But all of those things have to be undone. All of those layers of abuse have to be undone.
Right.
And they all have to be rewired. My brain has to be rewired so that I can go, this is like, okay, Molly is a great example of this. So like so I've talked about how gift giving, Christmas, Easter, all of those things were hard for me, right? Birthdays, I hate birthdays, not just because of the age thing, but I hate that spotlight. I hate that attention. So we've got Christmas and you know, it's like Christmas is trauma to me. I love the elements. I love all the things around Christmas. I love the things leading up to Christmas. I love the all of the traditions and everything we have. But I hate, you know, like, the pressure of that day I hate. And you know, Molly will say things to me when I say to her, like, oh yeah, I used to go there and this happened there or something. And she'll go, yeah, but you have us now, and let's go make a new memory and it'll replace it.
Right.
Let's go put a new memory on top of it. And she's fantastic for that. And so
and Molly's the type that she wants the presents and the parade, and she wants to organize it and perform in it.
And could you put a spotlight on me?
I
don't think there are enough spotlights. And let me put this fabulous costume on so that I draw even more attention.
And I wrote a play, and I'm going to be starring in it about Christmas.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get all my friends in it because they all need.
Yeah. Oh God, it's ridiculous.
Spotlights.
And so totally opposite of me in every aspect of.
And are there enough presents?
No. And so that's been helping me a lot too. Is realizing you can replace it with something new. So let's look at, you know, Christmas.
I did well. Like, now I do okay.
Right.
The feelings may still be there in a lot of ways, and I still may be just like, kind of cringing through it, but I'm doing so much better.
You're doing so much better. Yes, I agree.
And,
well, and also getting away from the pressure of the family parties has helped too.
Oh,
that was putting an enormous amount of pressure on our Christmases and our holidays. And now you're like,
well, and recovering from them.
Right. It was so much dread around it. And really, like, this year was pretty pleasant. We
had a lovely Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really did.
Yeah. So, I mean, once again, it's not about the gift giving, although it kind of is. It's the accepting the gift. It's accepting whether it's the vulnerable life gift of, I'm going to take your kids so you can have some time for yourself. Right. And it's not you asking me. It's a friend noticing and offering. There's a lot of layers of vulnerability there.
And me being able to say,
To hear the rest of this episode and get other exclusives, become a patron to Broken to Brave at patreon.com. You can also follow my blog at brokentobrave.com for even more insights and engaging content. Links are in the show notes. Broken to Brave is a production of Southgate Media Group, hosted and written by me, Martha Southgate. Thank you so much for listening. Now go do something brave.